What is up, Gamer Army? Welcome back to another amazing episode of Psycho Gamer. I am your host, Aubrey, and today we are going to talk about number 2 out of those 3 games that we are waiting for to come out next month. NFL Blitz has been officially announced and unveiled by Arcade1up. Enough with all the little tidbits that are leaked out online. We are going to take a look at the information they've provided to us on the website, plus a few other things that they actually talked about during the actual live cast earlier today. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe, guys. Stay tuned. We are going to talk about some NFL Blitz right after this. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back. Like I said, we are going to talk about some NFL Blitz Legends today. That's what they are actually calling the cabinet, is NFL Blitz Legends. Much like many of the screenshots that got leaked out earlier this past week, these are the actual pictures that everybody's kind of familiar with now, plus a few others. Now, they have actually signed a number of celebrity football players like Deion Sanders, for instance, Dan Marino as well, to sponsor or be spokespeople for this particular game. Now, this is an officially licensed cabinet. It is not something that they just slapped on there, and hopefully they wouldn't get sued, because NFL loves to sue companies that try to do this kind of thing without their permission. So we are going to switch over into my computer, and we're going to go over the information here. Plus, I have a little notepad with stuff that I actually wrote down earlier today. All right, so first thing you look at is, this is their pre-order page. So you can actually go online and pre-order NFL Blitz right this second. You do not have to wait until September 8th like you have to do for Marvel vs. Capcom. So that's at least a plus. So you scroll down here, and it ships early October. So we start thinking that October 15th release date from that particular list that we've been talking about for months now. This pretty much is on par with what we're looking at to continue that the reality of that GameFly list was 100% correct. It is going to be $599.99. Now, I don't know if that comes with a stool. I did not hear that, but I'm assuming if it's going to be like the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 cabinet, it is going to have the stool with it. So the 3 games that you are going to get: NFL Blitz 99, and NFL Blitz 2000, the Gold Edition. They are all going to have Wi-Fi multiplayer and leaderboards on them as well. It's only going to be available in the US and Canada, so kind of keep that in mind. We're going to just go down this. We're going to go to the next page, and we'll go over the pictures and the layout of the cabinet a little bit more, because that is actually a really, really nice looking cabinet. I love the control deck. Just everything about that just screams, buy me. First 1,000 people that actually pre-order it are going to get one of these official NFL Blitz Legends Arcade1up hats. Now, these are not cheap little hats from the looks of it. It looks like they have everything embroidered. They did show these off as everybody was really wearing them during the actual live cast for unveiling this particular game. So you have Chris Carter, you have Dan Marino, you have Deion Sanders, just to name a few people that are actually sponsoring or hosting this game. It is a 17-inch LCD screen. It has the Wi-Fi gameplay, network live play, 49-way joystick. I'm still kind of confused on this. I guess they have different speeds that you can actually utilize the joystick with. So you can just go a little bit more, a little bit faster, so you can make running or navigating a little bit better. At least that's what I took away from the actual live cast that they had earlier. 4-play controls, light up marquee, which does look really nice. It's officially licensed. And these are like the big features that they are showing off on their website, which there's a little bit more where we go a little more in detail. So you got Chris Carter, Dan Marino, Jerry Rice, Jerome Bettis, Deion Sanders, and hundreds more. The pressure's on. Now, these are remastered versions of the actual games themselves. Now, if we remember these games and you want to play them the way they were originally made, they're not HD. They are very pixelated versus some of the more current Madden games that you're going to be looking at. So if you look at this little picture right here, this little video right here, it is showing you a little bit of the detail that they're actually going in here. So to support current player health and safety initiatives, this is something that a lot of people are kind of going to groan about. A specific set of tackles and after the whistle hits were removed or edited in the remastered versions of Blitz, Blitz 99, and Blitz 2000 Gold Edition while maintaining the level of excitement in the original hits. So late hits have been removed. So if that's something you really, really liked about this game, you may still like it. You're just going to be missing a couple of things. Their remaster version has over 84% of the different hits from the original Blitz, so there's plenty of chaos to be had during this game. So that's one of the things that they actually talked about during the actual live stream, was this was the only way that they were going to get the license to put this game out on their cabinet. So groan all you will, at least they're getting it out there. Do you have the full roster of players? They actually have 92% of the original rosters in this particular game. It says they work closely with NFL Retired Players Association to bring back as many legends as possible. All major names like Dan Marino, Chris Carter, Jerry Rice, Jerome Bettis, Deion Sanders, and hundreds more. That's a lot of players. And Dan Marino does not look like that anymore. He's retired. So you can definitely tell from how he looks. Bringing you authentic and, yes, way nostalgic arcade experiences. We're not going to read all that because that's just basic ho-hum stuff. So we go to the next page, which is their actual add to cart, buy it now, pre-order kind of thing. This is where they have a lot more information from what we see right here. So I'm going to zoom in. Now you can see it does have your main players, obviously Brett Favre, Deion Sanders. I think that's Terrell Owens. I could be wrong. I'm not the biggest football person in the world, so I'm not going to necessarily pretend to be. I just really liked this game because it was such a fun game. You can see the NFL logo all over it. Now, this is where I really, really like the looks of this cabinet. I love the looks of the control deck because it's not just plain black or just a solid blue around it. This is really how they should do something like the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 cabinet. I'm sorry, but I think that's what they should do. I went to Best Buy the other day when I was working there, and I had not actually seen any of the cabinets with the actual coin doors or the coin slot doors in person. So when I actually saw them on, I guess that's a Super Pac-Man that they put in, I actually like the looks of the moldings for them. They are actually very good. Now the buttons, they don't press in or anything like that. It's just basically this is how it looks, and it just looks nice. You have your NFL Blitz logo right on the front riser there. And obviously it just says Blitz with the NFL logo up here on your actual marquee. Here's the other 45-degree angle. You do have the other players over on this side. You have Marino. I think they said that's Jerry Rice. And I think this is, who is it? Jerome Bettis, I believe. So that's basically what I took away from this. Now, everything looks pretty much the same on this side, other than it has different artwork on both sides of the actual cabinet itself. So there's a much better look when it comes to this particular cabinet. And here is the control deck. So you got your start buttons all across the board. You have your live button, you have your jump tackle, you have your pass, change player, and you have your turbo buttons for each person. Now, being a 17-inch screen, it's probably going to be kind of tight because some of you guys that love football players, you might as well be linebackers because you have some very broad shoulders and not so small bodies. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm not taking that away from you guys. You can play these games online, so you should be able to just hop into this game and jump into somebody's game or play just with your 4 players right there. So really, really nice options for you. So here is the front-facing portion of the cabinet there. And here is, I think that's Chris Carter playing on the side there. I think that's who they said that was. Again, I apologize. I'm not the biggest football person in the world. And there's Dan Marino. As you can see, he's showing his age, but hey, he's still up there. He's able to play with the best, at least in this particular cabinet. There you go. You got Deion Sanders. I at least know him. Mr. Dual Sport next to Mr. Bo Jackson. Wasn't too many players that actually did that. And the ones that did, you know, Bo and Deion Sanders, they were really great on both boards. So there's a more live picture as opposed to just their stand-in kind of look. I still like the lightning bolts. I mean, this game was really the worst kept secret that you could possibly think of, other than Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And, you know, we know Time Crisis is coming. It's just a matter of when they're going to announce that. They still have a couple months until that game comes out. But, hey, give them the benefit of the doubt. We can be a little antsy. We can want to know what they're going to do with that game, but we can be patient. And then you got a family playing it. This game has been out for a little while for some of these celebrities. From what I understand, they've already given this to a few of these football players, especially the ones that are sponsoring the actual game here, or that they're paying to sponsor the game. From what I understand, they are planning on supporting this game for a while in terms of updates. That's what John D mentioned during the live stream. So make sure that you understand that if this game still has a few bugs and glitches when it comes out, they will be doing patches and updates, just like they do really any of the games. You know, we really haven't seen too many games get patched lately by Arcade1up. You can see you've got small people there holding the joystick. Obviously, you got a female there, and you got at least 2 players going there. So a lot of really good pictures for this particular cabinet. Now the official info, I don't necessarily need to go through everything on here. We already know what NFL Blitz is all about, especially any of us that love these kind of cabinets. Now, it is going to be 5 feet tall, so it's going to be your 60.7 inches, the new sizes that they are doing, because they have that little 2-inch attachment that they've got that makes it go a little bit higher than the actual riser. Got your licensed Wi-Fi, lighted marquee, 4-player simultaneous, 49-way joysticks, branded riser, headphone, 3-in-1. It is a 17-inch screen. So now on to some of the information that is not on here. There's not going to be too many things. Now, they did mention during the live stream, which I'm going to switch over real quick. They did mention during the live stream that this is going to be 1280 by 960 at 60 frames a second, which, if I'm not mistaken, the old games, when they came out, they were only like 30 frames a second. So I only think 60 was a thing when it came to the game consoles and even the arcade cabinets at that time. 92% of the rosters, they do not have any plans right now to do extra large or XL or Pro cabinets or Blitz. Now, I think if they did go that route, they should do the dual cabinet with NFL Blitz and NBA Showtime like they actually did in the arcades, but obviously have it in the bigger screen. So, no late hits. That's pretty much the big differences you're looking at. Other than the monitor, what kind of monitor is it going to have? Well, they did confirm, much like Marvel vs. Capcom 2, it is going to have the BOE IPS monitor in there. So it is going to have their best monitor that they currently have, which I think with many of these newer games, they're probably going to lean more towards going to that particular screen, as well as maybe the new style marquees. So keep an eye out for that. So that's going to do it for the information, guys. What do you think of Blitz? I know not everybody is a Blitz fan, but the fact of the matter is it's still a great game, and it's still a great arcade game. Do I see high impact or super high impact football in the horizon? That's a possibility. Can't argue with that. But post down below what you guys think of this cabinet. What other new cabinets you want to see other than Time Crisis and Marvel vs. Capcom, obviously. And make sure you hit that like and subscribe, turn on those notifications, and stay tuned for the next episode of Psycho Gamer. Until then, guys, game on.